for me about having fun. Yeah, I want to be good at the game too, and that's usually where I get a lot of enjoyment, is when I'm playing well, like anybody else. But I think that I'm just going to try and have a lot of fun with this game. It's fun to play with your friends, fun to work together. And as long as you guys extract successfully and everybody gets a good amount of XP from the boards, then your job is done. It doesn't really matter the rest of it. So let's get started here. Multiplayer. First thing I want to talk about is strike teams. This is something that's new for Mass Effect Andromeda, and not something we've seen before in Mass Effect. Again, I'm not a Mass Effect expert. There are people out there that played Mass Effect 3 for probably years, or all the Mass Effect series, and know everything about this game. That is not me. I'm just telling you as a layman who's getting started in the game. I have a little experience with Mass Effect 3, although I'll be honest with you, as soon as I turned this game on, I felt really rusty. It's been years since I'd played Mass Effect, so there was definitely a learning curve to get back into it. If you guys watch my stream at all, you can see that I kind of jumped in face first and it didn't go so well. So, alright, so I just turned the game on. I'm going to multiplayer. I'm trying to simulate what I did when I first got in here, or what I would do if I were you and you were just turning on multiplayer of this game for the first time. One of the first things I want to show you guys is strike teams, just because it's a simple thing to do. When you first bring this up, you could see up there with the bumper, left bumper, right bumper, there's 3 different icons, 3 different categories you can go down. Here are your strike teams. You initially will only have 1 strike team, and it'll be a level 1 strike team. And you'll start the game, you have 40 mission funds at the top right corner. I don't have 40 anymore because I purchased a second strike team. These strike teams are basically going to farm you mission funds, which is not quite useful as other forms of currency in this game, but it will eventually, it does have some value, and I think that it's something, this is a simple thing to do with the strike team, so you might as well just start farming credits now, and just let these guys do the work for you. You don't have to go out on the missions unless you want to do Apex missions, but as I said, I started with 40 mission funds. I only had 1 strike team. The second strike team, to recruit a new team, cost 40 mission funds at the time. So the very first thing I did was buy a second strike team. As you can see here, if I want to recruit a third strike team, it's going to cost 80 mission funds. So I'm guessing it doubles every time. If you have, you know, because if you have 5 or 6 of these strike teams rolling out, you're really farming in the mission funds, which I'll show you how you can use mission funds in a little bit. But anyway, I'm just going to show you guys in front, like I sent these guys out last night on a mission, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. But they're both back. In order for me to use them again, I have to go to the mission screen here, because they were out on a mission, and now when they get back from mission, you have to debrief them. You have to. So here you can see these top 2 with the icon next to it. They're back and they're waiting for their debriefing. So let's debrief them here. Oh, mission failure. Okay. Not too surprising, and I'll tell you more about mission success, mission failure, and what you need to look at. But this mission that they went on was a 21% chance of success, and they failed. I'm going to go ahead and say this guy probably failed too. Yeah, great. Well, so those 2 strike teams went out on each their separate missions, and they ended up failing. Now here we look at the mission list right here. When you click on the mission list, it'll tell you what your chance of success is. From what I was told watching some stuff on the internet, 74% chance of success is the most you will see. So that is like as much of a slam dunk as you're going to get in this game. So these are the possible missions I have to choose from. Obviously, I sent those guys out on missions that had the best chance of success, and happened that the missions available only were low success chances, so they failed. It's pretty unlikely that one of these teams will fail on this mission here, so I'm going to go ahead and send them out on this one. Okay, and now I have one more team, and I got to look for another mission. See, this is something more like what I sent them out on last night. 21% didn't work out so well. 5% definitely won't work out so well. 5% is not good. Is there any more? Okay, looks like the 21% chance is the best chance I have. So I'm going to send them out on the 21% chance and just cross my fingers. Here are Apex missions. These are missions that you actually participate in. They're not just sending out a team. You actually go into there and try and complete the mission, and you will get the rewards. As you look on the right, you'll see the rewards. 10 mission funds would be the rewards. Also, there's Pathfinder rewards. Pathfinder rewards are for single player only. So you could say that this whole strike team thing is kind of limited as far as your rewards go. But as I get more and more mission funds, you see in the top right hand corner, I'll be able to buy more strike teams, go on more missions, and these mission funds, if we look here back in the store, they do have value. Go to the items section here, and if you look at all these things here: Juggernaut Shield, Thermal Clip Storage, Character Respecs, which I'll talk about in a second. First revive packs, first aid packs, these are all bought with mission funds. So mission funds have value. A Juggernaut Shield sounds like a pretty good increase maximum shield strength and melee damage through high capacity kinetic barrier. Okay, so that's, I mean, it's very expensive. It's 120 mission funds, but I'm just saying, as you accrue more and more mission funds, they'll actually have value in the game. You can buy these things for multiplayer. And as far as the single player aspect goes, those Pathfinder rewards are accruing too. I haven't started the single player yet, but when I do, I'm going to have a whole bunch of loot boxes waiting for me from these strike teams. So I really recommend you start off by getting into the strike team. It's very simple, as I said. You hire a second strike team, you send them out on missions which have high success rating, and then, you know, the next day you come back. I mean, they only go out for like an hour or two. It'll tell you the elapsed time. And then when they get done, you send them back out again. And I'm going to try and get a couple teams going, maybe, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 teams, and try start just farming these mission funds so that I can buy things like Juggernaut Shields or a character respec, which is going to be very important at some point in this game. Not that it isn't right now, but the point is character respecs allow you to clear the slate on your character builds and restart, which is really important because when I first got into this game, I was really worried about making a mistake because I remembered that if you go down certain trees, and here I'll show you. I think we're done with the strike teams, right? So just get a couple strike teams together. You know, right away I bought a second strike team. I sent them both out on missions that had the highest success rating on the list. If you want to get into Apex missions too, that'll bring you even more mission funds and all types of little bonus items. I think, let me see here what else you can do with Apex missions. Yeah, I mean, it's double the mission funds, and I think there's a lot more as far as rewards you can get if you want to go down that road. Okay. Character respec is going to come into play when you're building a character. I want to start by looking at characters real quick. When you first turn on the game, I do not have the deluxe edition, and I really regret that, but the good news there being is that I can show you the basic game when you start with just the average everyday. You picked up the game at GameStop, you didn't buy anything extra. This is what you get. So here's the characters. These are all common characters. I did, through packs, end up getting an uncommon character to start, a Turian Soldier 1. But it's important, and I'll save you guys the time of going on the internet and reading about this. It's important that you understand that common characters versus uncommon characters, and then you start to get down into rare characters like the Asari Insurgent, or ultra rare characters like the Human Kinesist, which I'm already hearing is probably going to be like one of the most powerful characters in the game. With that being said, rarity of characters doesn't make them better. It just makes them less common. So yeah, everybody wants to get ultra rare characters, but with that being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're better. They're just different. You can do quite well with the human male soldier, and that's all I've worked on so far. I just wanted to keep the game real basic to get started, and build up credits and open up packs, and I'll talk about packs in a minute. But I just started playing the male soldier and building this up. It's a pretty simpler way to play, and as people have mentioned, just because it's a common character that you start the game with doesn't mean that it's bad, and doesn't mean you can't be very successful with it, because you can. Especially depending on what weapons you have and mods you have to those weapons and stuff like that. It seems like when you first open up the game and start playing, it seems really complicated. It's actually not. The multiplayer is actually really simple if you think about it. Things are not as important as you think they are, and I had to learn that after playing for a couple hours. So let's talk about packs real quick. Here's the several pack strategies that I've heard. Not that it's really a complicated system, but as you open up these packs, you're going to start off with a good amount of credits. Even if you just bought the basic game, you're still going to get enough that you can open, like, I think I opened 5 basic packs in a row, and that's really what you do. It's not that important. You don't worry about supply packs, really, because unless you're hurting for supplies. But when I opened that first volley of basic packs, I got plenty of supplies right away. And as you complete missions and you complete games, you'll get MP credits. If you look at the top right hand corner, the E with the line going through it, MP credits, that's what you need to buy these packs. And a basic pack is only 5,000 credits, and you're going to get a couple packs worth, just from extracting and finishing a bronze level, which is the basic level. And when you first start out in this game, you're going to have a hard time completing a bronze level. It's just the way it works until you get your characters built up and you get some better weapons and you get some better abilities. But some people are going to want to spend a lot of money on this game. I just watched an internet video where a guy did 30 premium packs in a row. He just he spent a lot of money, and he just opened 30 premium packs. Now, did that catapult him into the game? Sure, it did. He's starting off the multiplayer in a middle level already, and he was an advanced player. He was a Mass Effect 3 player, obviously a very good player, and he wanted to jump into this game and start playing gold levels relatively soon. So he bought a bunch of premium packs, which gave him a head start, and that's fine. I'm going to try and show you guys how to play this game without spending tons of money, but if you want to do that, this is the way to do it. He suggested if you want the most bang for your buck, he suggested premium packs. There is somewhat of a strategy that if you just buy a ton of basic packs in the beginning, you'll fill up all your common items, and then as you go down the list and you get better packs, you will get more efficiency out of those packs because your basic level stuff will already be full. And once you reach a certain level on your common weapons and whatnot, they can't give them to you anymore. Once they've given you the let's look at the example for weapons here. Once they've given you the Avenger 10, because guns will go up to level 10. Once I eclipse M8 Avenger 10, they're no longer going to be able to give me different versions or different upgrades to my M8 Avenger. My Avenger is fully upgraded, therefore they have to give me other cards. So that applies to mods and other weapons too. Once you've gotten to a level 10 on a gun, they can't give you cards anymore for that gun. They have to give you cards for different guns. So once you've filled out all the common guns in the game, then they have to start giving you uncommon guns. And once you fill out all the uncommon guns, then they have to start giving you rare guns. I mean, obviously, by looking at the packs, you'll see the specifics on the packs as far as what those packs entail. So when I get basic packs, I'm getting 5 items with a small chance that one will be uncommon. So I won't get anything rare in a basic pack. But I can get an uncommon item in a basic pack, and that's where I got the Turian Soldier, was from a basic pack. So then you start to go to advanced pack later on when you've filled out some of your basic stuff, and it contains uncommon with a small chance of getting a rare. And then you get to an expert pack where you're going to get at least one rare, and you have a small chance for getting some ultra rare items. And as you go down the road, like I said, these packs become more and more viable once you've filled out a lot of your basic stuff, because even in an expert pack, it says it contains 5 random items. One of them will be rare, and you have a chance for an ultra rare, but that also means that 4 of them can be basic or common. So once you've kind of fully upgraded all your common stuff using basic packs, it's going to mean that they have a lot less other options to give you as far as fodder goes on these advanced and expert packs. So I just, if you want to grind out the game, just spam basic crates, spam these basic packs and fill out your common weapons before you start worrying about ultra rare stuff. I mean, the guns, as far as the guns go, yeah, the best guns are going to be in the rare and ultra rare sections of the game, and the common guns are not really that special. All right, as we said, character selection. You're starting off with all the common characters, and through packs you can get, especially basic packs, you can get an uncommon character, or if you want to go to more advanced packs, you could possibly get some of these rare and ultra rare characters. But again, it doesn't mean you need them to play the game. These characters, if played well, and you start to learn how to, a good play style or whatever, you can be very successful without having to get a super ultra rare character. And I'm not in a hurry in this game. I'm really not. I mean, we're playing with friends. You're playing against AI. This isn't, I mean, it's competitive. You want to do well, but I'm really trying to have a good time. So it's more about learning the game and doing well. I'll get these characters eventually. After I built up all the common stuff, eventually I'll start buying, higher level packs, because I'll be making so much more credits. And then these higher level packs, I'll get these characters and the guns that I want eventually. So, not too worried about character selection. Here's character customization. Once you pick a character, for example, I've just gone with the standard male engineer. As you look at the top here, using the bumpers, you have 4 different categories. Number 1 being the gun. As we talked about, advanced strategy or non-beginner strategy would be, most people I'm seeing are taking off weapon 2 right away. When you're playing bronze level, you have enough, the ammo would be the only issue, really. You're like, oh, I run out of, I run out of ammo with my assault rifle, and now I don't have any kind of backup weapon. The way the boards work and everything, I've had no problem just using one weapon. And why is this important? Because it lowers your weight. If you look at right above that, it says weight and your power recharge speed. Well, adding another weapon is an incredible amount of weight added, and therefore it takes a lot longer for your abilities to recharge. So by dropping this second gun, you probably aren't going to need that much. You really increase your ability speed, and then you can fire off all your different weapons. I haven't really seen any of this equipment yet. I don't know what this is, but I haven't really seen any of it. It's some kind of armor. Armor specs or armor drops. So I don't know. Whenever you find those, you might want to equip some of that. But then again, that will also go into your weight. So you'll have to decide if that's really worth it. Consumables. I'm not using any of these right now. You get them in packs. It's a first aid pack, a revive pack, ammo pack, or an RPG. Those are the supplies on the right. Those are equipped when you get them in packs, and they will be maxed. I never equipped them, so they're just there, and they're there in-game whenever I need them. And that's going to be on the D-pad. Cobra RPG is up on the D-pad. Ammo resupply is on the right side, and revive is on the bottom, and first aid pack is on the left. And you'll see that in gameplay. As far as boosters go, here's all the different boosters you could run. Again, I'm not really running any of these now. I'm just kind of stockpiling them because I'm not playing silver or gold level yet, and that's where you want to kind of hold on to some of this better stuff. Some of it's like really kind of junky though, so if you wanted to use it for fun, no problem. I mean, you're not gonna miss like, I don't know, maybe incendiary ammo. I mean, these ammo ones are really nice to roll with, and you can do 2 boosters in a game. So what these are is basically you're going to make your, incendiary ammo is basically like firing flame bullets, and they do additional damage to your targets because they light them on fire. Cryo ammo is freezing bullets that cause your targets to start to freeze, and then I think they slow down as well. It does. It slows them, and it does increases weapon damage. So I think it makes them more fragile. Anyway, it's a nice thing to add, to have frozen bullets or whatever. And fire bullets, and then you have here's these basically these buffs to your type of weapon you're using: assault rifle, pistol buffs, shotgun buffs, increased damage dealt by shotguns to 10%. Obviously, you want to know what weapons you're going to be bringing into the game when you try to use one of these buffs. You're not going to want to use, if you have a character that's using primarily a pistol and that's the only weapon they have, you don't want to use a shotgun rail amp buff. That doesn't make any sense. So pretty simple there with the weapon buffs. Make sure you have it coordinated with the weapon that you're using for that character. Here you have a bunch of extra ammo you can carry. Strength increases the damage from melee attacks. Obviously, if you're using a character that doesn't really depend on melee very much, it's not like a soldier or some kind of badass, and it's more of a an ability wielding adept or something like that, not much of a good opportunity to use the strength enhancer. That wouldn't make sense with the character you have. So make sure your boosters coordinate with the characters you're using. But as I said, right now I'm not even using boosters, so I'm not going to even waste any more time on that. It's something for silver level or gold level, and hopefully I'll be making another video and I can go into like how to beat higher level stages. But right now we're just trying to get you started. So here's character builds. When I first started playing, I was stockpiling character points. As you look, it says human male soldier level 9, and then it says 0 points because I used up all my points. And when I first started playing, I was stockpiling points because I was afraid to go down the wrong trees. And here are the trees. Let's say, okay, for frag grenade, this is how I've gone and made my build on this character. This is what a build is. Now, it's important to remember 2 things. One, you can buy a character respec, which will blank slate this entire character and will give me all my points back, and I can go down any roads I want. So if I feel I made a mistake with this character, I'm 15 mission funds away, which I think in the future 15 mission funds won't be that hard to come across. I'm 15 mission funds away from restarting this character and building him back the way I want. As you notice, I went really far down frag grenade because of the fact that it has, it's a large AoE area of effect weapon that can hit multiple targets at one time, which will be more important as you get to higher levels, because there's just, as you go to silver and gold level matches, the spamming of enemies against you, there's going to be the hordes are going to be massive, and you want to have big AoE weapons that can take out many people at one time. I don't go to rank 6. I'm not going to really engage rank 6 on a lot of these abilities because rank 6 is usually like a high level, gold level type of ability. Going anti-armor or going anti-shields, I mean, it sounds great, but you're very much putting yourself into a pigeonhole in what role you're going to play in your team. If you're the anti-armor guy or if you're the anti-shield guy, it's very important depending on who you're paired up with and who's on your team and stuff like that. And that's not stuff I'm worried about right now because I'm just playing bronze. And at most I'll play silver, but I'm not worried about, you know, whether or not my weapons are suited towards anti-armor or anti-shield. I mean, both sound great, but I'm trying to build up characters that have some kind of overall capabilities. So I stopped at level 5 with this grenade. To be honest with you, I don't even know if you were to do this character, how much I'm excited about the fact that I've, you know, almost completely leveled up my frag grenade, seeing as, I don't know, it's a limited weapon. I'm not too excited about it. Concussive shot seems to be a little bit better, and that's what I was told by a friend. They're like, oh, concussive shot's great because it's a homing shot. And as you look in the left-hand side, they give you a video of what it looks like when you fire it and what it does, so you don't have to be too confused as to what these things do. Every one of these abilities is going to have with it a little preview on the left-hand side. So yeah, here's you're using points. This is was what cost me 1 point here, cost 2 points here, 3 points, 4 points. So the rank is also equivalent to how many points it costs you. You only get so many upgrade points. Here, these last two are triangles. These are passive boosts, and these were abilities up here in the circles. I've heard mixed strategies. Some people say work on your passives. Some people say don't work on your passives. If if they say if you're an ability-based character, which is more of an adept, if you ask me, something else, not as much a soldier, because a soldier is very much weapons-based. So I think for the soldier, it wouldn't be bad to build up your passives on the soldier. Because, like I said, the frag grenade, I sometimes question how really valuable that can be. And I maybe at higher levels, I think it may be more because of the hordes you're going to see. But the concussive shot, I like that one a lot. I don't even really like the turbocharge, and I keep forgetting to use it. So maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. But here are your 5 different categories. As I said, triangles are passives. They're always in play when you start the game. From the moment you start the game, regardless of what activities you're doing, your passive buffs are in play. I mean, we're talking about stuff like 5%. Your weapons damage is higher. Your power damages are higher. Your weight capacity you can carry is better, so you can recharge faster. Or all these different buffs that are just with everything you do. Combat fitness is pretty similar for most characters as far as passive buffs go. It doesn't really matter what classes of characters you're looking at. It's going to generally be health and shields, melee, more health and shields, melee. I'm trying to get more melee on this because I really like the jumping in the air and smashing down with your gauntlet that this soldier does. Or you could go more health and shields, but some people said they understand health and shields. I heard one person say that, definitely throw some points into this right away. And that's what I've done here to get that 3rd level of health and shields, just so that I have some survivability, because I tend to eat a lot of shots because I'm kind of tanky with this character because I really don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm sure as I get more advanced, I'll get other characters, potentially ones with sniper rifles and a lot of abilities and cloaking and stuff like that. And those characters are going to be much more fragile and are going to have to eat a lot less shots. But right now I'm playing a soldier, so I'm just being really tanky with it. So it's nice to have something here. So what am I learning from this? Build your character the way you think you want it to play, and if you make a mistake, no problem, because you're going to be respecing some of these guys anyway. And if if you're like, well, I really think that I'm going to want to use the human male soldier a lot, there's also a female soldier. If you're not too big fan of running female characters, start maybe with the female soldier, and if you mess her up, then so what? You're going to end up going to a male soldier anyway. I mean, you're going to learn with the female soldier, and then you can make your male soldier character later when you're much stronger at the game and you know exactly what you want out of your soldier characters. But I'm just gonna play and do the best that and try new guns and try different builds, and if I don't like it, I'm going to respec it. When it comes time for gold level matches where I really want to play with people and really do some high level multiplayer on Mass Effect, I'm gonna respec my favorite characters and make them the way I want. And what I learned on this process and this journey going up there is what how I'll decide what to do. But anyway, so you know, picking weapons here, we have assault rifles, pistols, sniper rifles, shotguns. Through opening basic packs, I have just like common stuff. I do have a M8 Avenger of a 4th level. I have a Charger 3 and a Predator 4. None of this stuff is like super awesome. These are all common weapons, as I said. You know, unlike the characters, it seems like weapons, ultra rare weapons, do matter in this game, and they are hard to get. But it's kind of luck in the draw, and I'm just trying to build like a solid, just beginner's base right now. So I'm not too worried about the fact that I don't have a Black Widow sniper rifle yet. Although I would love one. And maybe soon I will be trying to build up to get those advanced packs to get a chance to maybe get some kind of ultra rare gun. But just because it's an ultra rare gun doesn't mean it's gonna be good. By the way, it doesn't mean that you're going to like it. It might be a gun that you'll be like, yeah, it's ultra rare, it's supposed to be amazing, but I hate it. So sometimes just, you know, your basic Avenger, if I max this thing out and make it an M8 Avenger 10, it might be the only thing I need for this soldier. So what else? We talked about guns and upgrades. If you look at my M8 Avenger, I can hit square to go to mods. There's 2 slots on here. I've already equipped one of my mods, an AR scope. I got just a scope for my M8 Avenger. So when I hit the left trigger to zoom in, I get a scope's view. It's not too sniped in, which is nice. But if you look also, as we backed out a little bit, looking at the weapon, and if I press mods, I can hit triangle and I can unequip this at any time. So go ahead and equip your mods to your guns and use them. And if you don't want it, you just unequip the mod, take it off, and put it on another gun. So nothing there is permanent. And that's what I was a little concerned about when I got a mod. I'm like, well, I don't want to put this mod on this gun and then find out that that mod is forever lost now and it's stuck to this shitty gun that I got. No. Once you can unequip and equip mods, no problem. And where were we? Oh, okay. We're gonna move to last one is customization. Real quick, it's just no big deal. You know, press on color tint. Here's a big square or a big triangle, and I can manipulate this anywhere I want. As I move the left, then this dial changes. I don't know. Play around with it. Do whatever you want. I'm keeping it real simple right now, and I just have all my characters blacked out. That's all I do. But if you want to play around and do some different tints or whatever, and see what else there is available to make your character look different. I've seen guys already in multiplayer join our groups, and every match they're changing their tints. They're just like flying around and changing their armor color around, and great, whatever, man. So I think that's it for multiplayer. Like I said, it's really nothing set in stone. It's more important to get out there. As far as playstyles go, when you're first starting out, you're not going to be very powerful, and that's just the way it works when you're in a group. But when you're out there, everybody, if you extract with your team, everyone gets like the same amount of XP basically. So even if you're a lower level character playing with higher level characters that are kind of carrying you through the match, it's okay because you will exponentially improve your character by playing in higher matches. I'm not saying play gold matches as a level 1 character. Don't do that. You know, in the beginning, you're just playing bronze until you're so good at bronze that you're whooping it all the time. But from what I've already heard, I mean, it's hard to move from bronze to silver. And God knows gold level is going to take, you know, some not only really good guns, really good characters, but really good players too. You're going to have to learn play styles. I'll probably do another video with more about play styles and some more advanced stuff. But I just wanted to get you guys started as far as here are the characters you start with. Go into your, you know, start your strike teams up, open all your packs. Just, you know, you can use basic packs right away and just open them up, get those out of the way. Every time I get done with a mission, I just open a bunch of basic packs. I'm just trying to fill it up. So once I have M8 Avenger number 10, I can't get any more M8 Avengers. And once I start filling up all those common weapons, I can start moving up and getting more advanced packs, and I think that those packs will reap more rares or better weapons, and I'll start moving up to higher level weapons. And you know, this is not I'm not in a hurry. So all right, I think that's all I wanted to impart on you guys. I'll be streaming multiplayer games probably every night for the next couple nights, and then I might be taking a week off. So if you guys want to check those out, you can see some of the play styles. One of the biggest things I noticed that was different as far as play styles is that there used to be a button to go undercover, And now there's like an intuitive, automatic, if you go near cover, your character will go into cover immediately on his own. Some people like it, some people really hate it. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself, how you can deal with it, but I think as everybody plays more, they'll get more used to it. So, alright. Thanks, guys.